So as micro brands go, usually when a micro brand starts out, the first watch that they will offer is usually a dive watch. Sometimes they'll start with a field watch, sometimes they will start with a dress watch, but it's usually one of those three, and usually out of the three, it's always a dive watch. And it's very rare when a micro brand decides to do something kind of different, and this is something very different. Now, this is the Revere. This is called the Genesis. I believe the model number is the RE-01, and they are making a carbon fiber watch as their first offering. So it's a forged carbon fiber case, a carbon fiber dial, a weaved carbon fiber dial. So kind of crazy that I have never seen that before from another micro brand just starting out. So this is the watch. You can see it's an automatic movement. It gets an NH38 with a carbon fiber case. So it's a forged carbon fiber case. Packaging is just a cardboard box, foam insert. You have an international warranty card here. They give you some cards in a little envelope with some information on how to connect with them, the watch itself, and the brand itself. You can see here the specs on the watch: BGW9, NH38, carbon fiber dial, stainless steel and forged carbon fiber case, sapphire crystal, 41 millimeters. So all the specs are right there on the card that actually is sent with the watch. Never seen that before, really. It's one of the first times I've seen it. Kind of funny. You do get an extra strap with it, and they're doing this on Kickstarter right now, so I believe this is live on Kickstarter. You get a strap and you get a NATO strap. It's more like a seatbelt strap. Very nice. Thick leather, thick NATO strap, excuse me. And that's really it. So the packaging isn't that complicated. It's not that elaborate. However, the price is actually pretty low on this, especially considering it's a forged carbon fiber watch. It's a stainless steel mixture, so you do get a stainless steel bezel, which I kind of like, because if this was 100% carbon fiber, it would be very dark, first off, because it would be black. And then also, you know, carbon fiber does scratch. It will nick if you get it really hit it hard against something. It will scratch. And as you can see, they've put a stainless steel back and a stainless steel crown and bezel. So it's a mixture of stainless steel and carbon fiber, but I do like that mixture. It looks really good. They didn't DLC anything, so it's like dark and light. I like the mixture of it. It looks really, really good. Little crown on here. Crown is a little bit small, I would say. But it is signed, and then you do get a see-through case back where you can see the NH38. It's not that pretty. I never think that the NH38 is a pretty movement. It's definitely a workhorse movement. The NH38 is the no-date version. It is signed, so the rotor is signed, and I believe it's a sapphire crystal case back. I'll do a photo for you guys so you can see it close up. Very interesting that they went and did a carbon fiber dial and case watch as their first offering. The only color on this is really that red seconds hand, so that's kind of interesting. I like what they did here. Applied indices, they have BGW9, so we're going to do a loom shot at the end. There is an applied logo there at the 12 o'clock, and then automatic, I believe that's also applied. There's little screws holding in the actual bezel. You have a screwed in case back as well. The crown is not screwed in, it is push-pull, but you do get 100 meters of water resistance. Of course, the NH38 hacks. Comes with a nice little buckle on here. It is a Revere buckle. It's, you know, decent. It's nothing too crazy, but it's not pressed. However, this one has a pressed buckle on it. I'm not sure if that's what's going to make it into production. I hope they actually put this buckle on here. It would look a lot nicer, and it would be matching with the watch, the other bracelet. It doesn't make any sense to put two different ones on here. Also, this one's very, very loose, so I don't know why they would, not change that out. It would make 100% more sense to do that. But it's rubber lined and it's cav leather, kind of shiny. It looks good. But I think I like it on this NATO a little bit better, and I'll get into my reasons why. The lug-to-lug on here is pretty large. So let's take a look at the lug-to-lug on here. It is 49.2, so just about 49 millimeters lug width, and then 11.6 or 11.6 millimeters thick. So not very thick. You do get a flat sapphire crystal. That's the reason why. The lugs do jut out pretty far on this. It actually is one of the major features of this watch. I think design features of this watch, and you have to like the way that the lugs look on here. All of the metal, the stainless steel on here is polished except for the tip of the actual crown. And then the rest of the case is a matte brushed sort of, or bead blasted, I guess you would call it, finish for the carbon fiber. Other than that, it's all very, very muted. So you almost can't see the lugs unless you're in direct light, if that makes sense, especially when you have a black strap. But it does, they almost flare out. You see what I'm saying? Like they flare out this way as if they are sort of forked out on the sides. I don't believe they are. I believe it's just the way that they are rounded towards the edge, and it makes it look like that. So it's not very curvy. It's almost like just an H sort of, and then a circle sitting within that H. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you don't like that, this is definitely something that is not going to be appealing to you. And it also does make the watch wear a little bit bigger than those 41 millimeters. It feels bigger than 41 millimeters in general, just in your hands because of those lugs. Let me throw it on my wrist so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now I have a 40 millimeter watch on, and you can see how the lugs sort of curve in. And because of that, it actually wears smaller than the 40 millimeters. It actually wears like a 40 millimeter watch. This is the Mito Ocean Star Tribute. And I've been wearing this on and off for a few days now because it's one of my new favorite watches. But you can see this this Genesis wears larger than the 41 millimeters would suggest. You could see on my wrist, and I have a 7.5-inch wrist, so you guys know, it looks bigger. It looks like a 42 or a 43 millimeter watch. And especially those lugs, they just sort of flare out at the ends. It wears a little bit bigger. I don't think it wears bad, and actually is very, very light. And you do get the benefits of that carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is very light. That dial is really cool. I'll do close-ups of the dial. It's really nice. It's sort of like in a vertical pattern that's sort of tilted to the right or the left, however you're looking at it. But it looks really, really good and intricate. Of course, carbon fiber dials are hard to do, and I think this is actually done very tastefully. So it's not tacky looking. They've gone with the no date, so I think that actually helps a lot. They simplified the dial, so the dial is very simple. It just says automatic, the name of the brand. The logo could be a little bit smaller in my opinion, but I always say that about watches. I think the logo is pretty big here. I think if it was a little bit smaller, that would be nice. I like the big stick baton indices, and they basically went the same route with the hands. The hands actually reach very far and touch the actual indices, the primary indices for the hour hand, and the minute hand touches all of them basically to the end. So it's really easy, very clear to tell the time. But besides that, those two design cues, I think this is a really cool watch. And I think those design cues are cool, but I think it's something that you definitely need to consider. It's something very different that you don't see at all from other micro brands. So this is very unique, 100%. But tell me what you think in the comments below. What I'm going to do is a very quick loom shot, and then I'll talk about price, because the price on this is very, very good. For the Kickstarter, I believe it starts very, very low, and then it incrementally goes up depending on the category that you join in on. But you'll get the package that you just saw. Basically, that's the package, and the starting price is around $230. And then it goes up from there. So $230, and then I think there's a shipping charge involved in there as well. But $230 gets you a carbon fiber case and dial watch with some stainless steel mixed in. So not bad. I just said I would talk about the price later, but I just talked about the price. So there you go. Quickly, we're going to do a loom shot. So you can see there's a lot of real estate for that dial. The bezel is very, very thin on here. And it makes the watch look a little bit bigger, even when the lights are off, because you have those long stick indices and hands. It looks very, very large. The watch looks larger than the 41 millimeters. Not a bad thing. Just looks larger than it actually is, and if you like that, that's definitely a good thing. Loom is pretty good on here. It's not very dark in this room right now, and the loom is pretty bright, as you can see. I think the loom is actually really good. Nothing else is loomed, just the indices and hands, but I didn't expect there to be anything else really loomed. I think they did a really good job on this watch. And especially for an offering, their first offering, they've never made any watches before, and it's a very bold decision to make a watch like this. Is it a field watch? It's an everyday watch. I would call it more of an everyday watch, not really a field watch. It's a really good everyday watch if you're looking for something that's a little bit stylish, automatic. You're getting a workhorse Seiko movement in here. And lightweight. So that's really the biggest benefit of carbon fiber. Besides the look, I really do like the look of carbon fiber. I like the look of this dial. I like the look of the case as well. I think it works all well, very, very well together. But tell me what you think in the comments below. They will send me a production model of this watch when it is available. So I will have that on the channel when, so I've been promised one, so I will have it on the channel when it comes if they do fund through Kickstarter. If they don't, obviously, I won't be getting one. But, so tell me what you think in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in